Santa's little helper bared his teeth and lunged at Bart. He mercilessly cornered him against the wall and glared at him fiercely. Then he launched an attack on him. Why did he do this? Time goes back to 1 week earlier.
Hey, the dog's dead.
His breathing was extremely weak. He was obviously seriously ill. The Simpsons rushed him to the vet. After the examination, he was diagnosed with twisted stomach. He needed surgery, otherwise he would die. But the surgery cost $750, so the Simpsons couldn't make the decision easily. Bart pleaded desperately, but could only watch helplessly as they drove farther and farther from the hospital, listening to Homer talk about the so-called doggy heaven. Then Marge told him they had decided to give up on Santa's little helper. He was furious and stormed out of the kitchen, cursing under his breath. Homer and Marge were heartbroken too. Looking at his pitiful eyes, they gave in and decided to find another way. Homer swallowed his pride and asked Mr. Burns for a loan, but was quickly dragged out by the guards Burns summoned. Then he tried to teach himself canine surgery. Fortunately, Marge stopped him in time, preventing Santa's little helper from suffering the same fate as the turkey. In the end, it was Marge who came up with a solution, cutting $750 from the family's expenses. For this, Homer had to stop drinking beer. Bart had to serve as a practice model at a beauty school. Lisa couldn't buy the reference book she needed for her school project. Marge stopped buying lottery tickets every day. Maggie had to wear her baby clothes for a longer time, and the whole family's meals had to be downgraded.
I figured out an alternative to giving up my beer. Basically, we become a family of traveling acrobats.
I don't think you've thought this through.
Santa's little helper's surgery officially began. He struggled tenaciously on the brink of life and death. Suddenly his heart stopped. He ran toward the light in the darkness. Fortunately, just as he was about to enter doggy heaven, a force pulled him back. It was the vet, who never gave up on him, that saved his life. Santa's little helper regained his vitality. The whole family happily gathered around him to celebrate.
It's times like this I'm glad I flunked out of dental school.
But just 2 days later, the whole family became miserable. Homer resented that he could eat better food while he had to perform for free at the bar in exchange for drinks. Marge missed out on $40,000 because she didn't buy her regular lottery numbers. Maggie's baby clothes completely fell apart. Lisa's school project suffered because she lacked the important reference books. And Bart's hair was ruined by the trainee. When Santa's little helper brought his toy to them that evening, no one gave him a friendly look. He sensed the family's rejection. So in the middle of the night, he reluctantly left home and embarked on the journey as a stray. He admired beautiful scenery, drifted down winding rivers, fought with a towering bear, and rescued a baby trapped in a fire. He got fleas for the first time in his life, and he also stayed in a dog pound for the first time. However, Mr. Burns spotted him.
Wiry, fast, firm, proud buttocks. Reminds me of me.
After Burns brought him home, he discovered that he had a very gentle temperament and was overly affectionate. Such a dog was obviously not a qualified hound. To train his aggression, he forced him to keep his eyes open and watch violent and bloody videos all night long. Under his continuous abuse, Santa's little helper indeed became extremely aggressive. Meanwhile, the Simpsons, who couldn't find him, gradually began to lose hope. Only Bart kept his spirits up and searched for him door to door. Finally, he arrived at Mr. Burns' doorstep. The disturbed Burns didn't hesitate to release his hounds to teach him a lesson. Among them was Santa's little helper. The moment he pounced on him,
Love you, boy. Love you, boy.
Santa's little helper remembered all the wonderful times he had spent with Bart. Those warm memories awakened his consciousness and made him affectionately knock him down. But the danger wasn't over yet. To protect Bart, he unleashed his fiercest demeanor and scared off the other hounds.